Hello, and welcome to our Finovate Fall 25 and 5 video interview series. My name is David Penn, research analyst with Finovate. And joining me today is Tobias Hahn. He is the CEO of Mostly AI. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Hi, David. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Now, before we begin, I thought maybe you could tell folks just a little bit, maybe a sentence or two about your company for those who are meeting Mostly AI for the first time. We'll have an opportunity to talk more about the company in the course of our brief conversation, but I thought a little table setter might be a nice way to start.
Sure. We're a company specializing in synthetic data. Synthetic data is the new concept, a new way to actually anonymize data. So big in data privacy.
Excellent, excellent. And again, we're going to talk a little bit more about Mostly AI, and most importantly, folks are going to get the opportunity to learn a lot more about your company at Finovate Fall in September, and that's something we're all looking forward to. So if you're ready, we'll go ahead and get started.
Let's get going.
Alrighty, starting from the top, your favorite meal of the day, breakfast, lunch, or dinner?
Lunch and sharp at 12, ideally.
Excellent. How about your favorite season of the year?
I'd say autumn. I like it when it gets a little more cooler, things slow down a bit. The nature is really like mystic. I like it.
Excellent. My wife's the same way. Your favorite sport or recreational activity, whether to watch or to participate?
I'm not big on watching sports, more participating. And there I would have to say skiing.
Skiing, very good. Is that downhill or cross country?
Downhill for sure, yeah.
Ah, okay. How about your favorite vacation spot or getaway?
I guess that's also tied to that. I'm from Austria, and Austria is very big on skiing. We have the Alps,
Mm,
and yeah, it's beautiful. Lots of nice resorts for skiing.
absolutely. Let's see. It's time to relax. Are you more likely to read a book or listen to music?
Can say both.
There you go. How about a smartwatch? Do you own one?
I do own one, but actually, to be honest, I rarely use it these days. So yeah, maybe a good reminder to dig it out again.
Sounds good. How about a robo-advisor? Do you use a robo-advisor for your own personal investing?
And no, don't do that. Maybe because I just don't do so much investing, but I also still like to the good old-fashioned way in that regard. Yeah.
Sure. What's your favorite mode of public transportation?
Big fan of public transportation in general. I would probably say subway, just because there's no traffic ever.
Absolutely. That's a big plus. Do you own more in digital assets like Bitcoin or more in physical assets like gold and silver?
Digital assets, but that's easy because I really don't own any assets like gold or silver. But yeah, I'm a big fan of crypto in general. I think it's a super interesting concept, and definitely a space to watch as well. Yeah.
Excellent. Without naming names, what would you say that your current bank does right?
I think they have a great mobile banking experience, and they're doing a really good job in personalizing the mobile app. Yeah, that's one of the key strengths actually.
Oh, that's a good strength to have. Also, without naming names, what would you say your current bank needs to do a little bit better?
I also use the same bank for business banking, for corporate banking, and there I think it's definitely not as user centric. So it
Mm,
feels a little more old-fashioned and traditional. And so, yeah, I think it's also, like kind of bringing the same user experience of a really nice intuitive UI and all those kind of things also to the corporate domain. I think that would be something that is really powerful.
absolutely. Some good advice. What would you say is the most inspirational person to you in technology right now?
That's it's hard to not say Elon Musk these days, right? It's yeah, I mean it's just true. Yeah, Elon Musk.
Yeah, he's something else. What's the best city for technology startups that no one knows about?
I'm probably biased there, but I would have to say Vienna.
Mm,
It's one of the most livable cities in the world, and also in terms of startup, we actually have some yeah pretty cool companies, upcoming companies that also recently just closed lots of funding. So yeah, it's a good place to be.
Vienna, we'll put that one on the list. What would you say is your most unpopular or controversial technology opinion?
Mm, I would have to say the European Cloud Project.
Mm,
I'm I'm not a big fan. I think that will probably not fly, to be honest.
We'll have to stay tuned and see what happens there. What would you be doing for a living if you weren't working with mostly AI?
So we're working mostly, I had probably working consulting. I've done that previously and enjoyed it quite a bit. So yeah, probably consulting.
A little consulting. What problem does your company solve and who does it solve it for?
Yeah, so I talked about it in the beginning a little bit, but generally speaking, we solve the data privacy problem. Companies are collecting more and more data these days, and traditional ways to anonymize data have really come to their limitations. It's just not ideal because you lose data quality, you lose granularity, and you still have risks of re-identification with traditional approaches. And what we're doing is we're creating synthetic data copies of actual data. And that is super granular, very representative, as good as real data, but it's also at the same time fully anonymous because they're kind of like virtual data sets that are being created based on machine learning models. And so we're solving in that way lots of the headache around privacy when it comes to working with data.
Excellent. And you might have already answered this question, but I'll go ahead and ask it anyway. What would you say is the most unique or interesting aspect about your technology?
Yeah, I mean, interesting and unique. I mean, it's a totally new approach. Like a couple of years ago, this wasn't even, possible technology-wise. Yeah, it's kind of like a little bit tricky to wrap your head around it the first time you think about it. But it's really cool technology.
Excellent. Let's take a look at the human side of the equation. What would you say is the most important thing about building a strong team?
I would say looking for the right mindset with people. Mindset more important than skill, because skill you can always train, you can improve, you can change, but changing the mindset, it's difficult.
Excellent point. What would you say is your biggest professional takeaway from 2020, the year we just had?
2020 was an interesting year for everyone, I guess. I would say it's we can adapt to basically anything. It seems as a company we're very flexible. We adapted to the change that COVID brought, but I think also more generally speaking, as humankind, we're flexible. We can adapt.
Excellent point. And last about mostly AI, where do you see the company in the next, say, 2 to 3 years?
Probably double, triple in size, and still serving the #1 global platform for synthetic data.
Excellent. Let's see. Let's go back to the personal. Are you a cat person, a dog person, neither, or both?
That's easy. Cat, for sure.
Great. Let's see. If you were a famous artist, would you more likely to be a novelist slash writer, an actor slash director, or a musician slash singer?
Probably director. Kind of like movies. Kind of like the thought of being a little bit in the background and building something cool, shooting a cool movie. Yeah, sounds fun.
Yeah, interesting way of putting it. What would you say is your favorite holiday of the year?
Probably Christmas. Because winter, it's good time for skiing as well. So yeah.
Fantastic. What are you looking forward to most in your personal or personal life plans, rather, in 2021 this year?
Personal. I guess I'm getting a little repetitive here, but it's going to be skiing. It's like the first real nice skiing vacation that I haven't been in a couple of years. So yeah, looking forward to that.
Oh, fantastic. And last but not least, what's your favorite thing about being a part of Finovate Fall 2021 this year?
I think it's just a great opportunity to present our company, our product, and our synthetic data platform to a highly relevant audience. Lots of our clients are in the banking and financial services space. So just being part of that group, it's going to be pretty amazing. Looking forward to it.
Fantastic. And we're very happy to have you. That's our 25 and 5. Thank you very much for playing along.
Thanks, David. Thanks for having me.
Fantastic.